Hello guys, in this tutorial we're going to learn how to accumulate some data in a text file, and we want to calculate their mean. You may think it's quite easy to do that. We just need to load those data into RAM, and then we use the command sum or mean to get the accumulation or get the average number. Nothing fancy, right? But in practice, let's say we have a sensor recording the temperature data over 30 years or 40 years. So after 40 years, those data recorded in a text file gonna be huge, say 30 or 40 gigabytes. Then it's not that easy to load them into a personal computer. Let's say only 8 gigabytes of RAM. And then what can we do about that? A really good practice is to load this data line by line. Just assume the data are recorded line, so each line has only one data, so one data point. So what we're going to do is we first open this file without doing anything. We use the command fopen. So we use record.text. So fopen function returns the file ID. Alright, let's first open record.text file, which is a fake recording. It's very easy stuff, just 1 to 100, but in practice it could be 1 million, 10 million, 1 billions of data, all kinds of data here. Alright, so we first open this file, then we define the accumulator. So it's 0. And now we also want to know how many lines this file has. So lines initially 0. And let's get the number in the first line. We say use the command fget line. So file ID. So this guy will return the contents of each line as a string. So what if it reaches at the end of the file and then it returns -1? So because we can't accumulate string, so we need to convert string to double. Let's try one. Okay, you can see here, after I run this code, this line will be the number in the first line. So the number in the first line is 1. And what we get here is 1. Alright. And then at the end of this fgetL will return a -1. Here's tricky. If we input -1 here, because -1 is already a number, not a string. So this function returns unknown. So here you want to be careful. Now let's iterate this file. We say while true, and then we need to make sure to break the loop when we are at the end of the file. So we say if because at the end of this file, this line which is returned by this function, say it's a -1, and then string to double converts a -1 to a null. So we check if this line returns unknown. We know we are at the end of this file, So we need to break the loop. Right, so here we do the accumulator. Accumulator equals accumulator plus itself plus line. Right. So this line is here, the first number. And then for the second one, we say we just repeat this line here. And we count. Right. That's it. And we can display the sum. Say sum equals dot 2f, which is a format. Accumulator. And we also want to say how many lines in that file. Total lines. Counter. Alright. And we also want to know the mean, which is so easy. We just mean is, so let's first define the formats of the results. Accumulator divides by counter. Alright, let's run codes. Here we go. Sum is 5050. We all know that if we accumulate from 1 to 100, sum is 5050, and there are totally 100 lines, and the mean is 50.50.